BBN Fan Show. What is going on today? We are 2 days away from tip off. March Madness for Kentucky Wildcats against Oakland Grizzlies. I'm in the fill-in for the season, guys. I'm in the season for something to feel extremely special. Look, I wanted to go live tonight because Reed got snubbed. Reeves couldn't even get a nomination. He couldn't even make the All-American list. Not the first list. Not the first team. Not the second team. Not even the third team. And they want to give him an honorable mention. Are you freaking kidding me, dude? Like, what else does a player have to do? How consistent does a player have to do? He played every single ball game and played his butt off every game. Like, what else do you have to do to get on that list? It's come on, committee. Like, who's doing the voting here? Who's doing the voting? For these guys not to think that Antonio Reeves belonged on the All-American list, then I don't know who does. Like, I get it. Like, once I saw that he wasn't on it, then there's really no need for me to really look at the list because nobody else concerns me. Nobody else is like, oh, man, I'm okay, that's good. So-and-so made the list. No, I'm not interested. Like, he just got completely snubbed from the list. It makes no sense on how this young man didn't make. He has been the most consistent player for Kentucky all year long, period, when it comes to shooting that basketball. And I don't understand how you can take a guy like Antonio Reeves and tell him that you're not good enough to be on my All-American list. You almost made it. If you had one more year, maybe you would get there. Come on, man. Dude ain't got no more time, man. This is it. Like, this is it now. And you guys couldn't find a way to get him on that list. Come on, man. Just give him a third team or anything. But just to snub him, an honorable mention, come on, man. We don't want an honorable mention, man. Nobody's remember people who was honorable mention, All-Americans. It honorable mention and All-American doesn't even go good together. It doesn't even rhyme. It doesn't even make any sense. It's not even something that you just want to say. So it is what it is. Our guy should have made the list. Simple as that. I don't know why he didn't. Hey Jill, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate it. All you guys. So that brings me to another point. He didn't make the list. He wasn't good enough according to standards. He didn't do enough. He wasn't consistent enough. He's not a good enough shooter. He's not that important to his team. If he's not important to the Kentucky Wildcats just as much as anybody else, he is just as much as important to his team as Dalton Connect is. Now I get it. Dalton Connect he's an exceptional player. And if you take Dalton Connect out of the mix of what he did for Tennessee, then Tennessee might have had a play-in game. That's just how much DK meant to Tennessee. But you can't sit here and tell me that Antonio Reeves didn't make a difference to the Kentucky Wildcats this year. He just didn't average. He's the only second player in John Calipari's 15-year tenure who scored 20 plus. Who averaged 20 plus points a ball game. You can't tell me nobody else. Him and Jamal Murray. This is just like, this hurts the soul. So this right here brings me to another topic. March Madness is up on us. We have our first game. See, I like to set, and I really like to listen. I like to watch players. I like to watch their reactions during certain situations. I like to see where their mindset is at. And I watch when they announced it, where Kentucky is playing at. I wanted to see the leadership of the team. Trey Mitchell was happy. I saw him down on the floor. He was happy clapping. I saw Reeves. He gave a little clap. But that look that he was given That look on his face was, I'm back. I have to go back last year to the Kansas State ball game. The guy only had 5 points. He was an absolute no-show. Like, if we needed Reeves to have a big game, it was last year against Kansas State. Reeves fell up short. Thank God the guy gets another chance at this. He gets another opportunity to go out here and show that last year was a fluke. I'm not that same player that last year. I'm not going to break under pressure anymore. March Madness, bring it on. I'm locked in. I'm ready to go. This is what I live for right here. Since that ball game ended last year, these are Antonio Reeves' words. I'll be back next year and watch and see what I do. So now we're ready. He's had an outstanding performance. He's been balling all year long. So why should this right here be any difference? Why should he go into the tournament doing anything less than what he's been doing all year? I look for him to come out. I look for him to come out on fire. Now, he didn't make it. Now, he didn't get an All-American. I look for him to do one thing. Go out there and show the committee why that you made a mistake by leaving me off. Now, I don't want him to go out there. I want him to stay within the game plan. I don't want him to go out here and start playing like hero basketball. I don't want him to go out here and do all of that. I just want him to just keep being consistent of what he's been doing all year long. Just be consistent. Give us that 20 points that you've been giving us all year long. This is Oakland. Respect your opponent, but this is Oakland. Can you give me 20 points in this ball game? Will he play with a chip on his shoulder from here on out? In the means and in the terms of in the rims of still playing team ball? Will he still go out and be that consistent player that we've been seeing all year long? If he does that, along with what the other guys are giving us, Kentucky can make this run. But I think it has to start with Antonio Reeves. I think he has to show that last year I didn't show up. Last year I dropped the ball. Last year I should have did better. Last year it was because of me that we didn't win the ball game. So I want him to take this on his shoulder, and I want him to take the freshmen, and I want him to say, follow me, guys, we're going. We're going somewhere. We're doing something. We're going to make a difference in this tournament, okay? We're going to take it one game at a time, but we're going to win. We're going to win this first game. We're going to regroup, and we're going to come back, and we're going to come back out the second game. Let's go, Cats. Let's go. Let's get this. Like, I'm so upset that this guy just didn't get it. Like, it's really no need that he didn't, you know what I'm saying? It was just no good. I have no idea why he was snubbed. I mean, Chris, I know you a numbers guy, and I know you're going to start throwing out a whole lot of numbers to me. But you can't tell me, because I'm sorry, Chris, if he was on Vandy, Chris, you know and I know, if he didn't make the All-American team playing the same fashion that he did, making the same difference that he did for Vandy, you know as well as I do know that you would be saying he got snubbed. See, it's really good for us to be like, well, he should never made the team because he's not on my team. But if he's on your team, you're going to be like, you know what? He made the list. I'm correct with. But how can you not? How valuable was he to this team, man? Like, how much was his leadership? I mean, he's out there coaching freshmen. What other guys is out there coaching as many freshmen as Reeves is coaching? Out there on the floor, picking them up. He's more than just a basket. He's a leader out there on that floor, man. Like, what else do you need? What else do you need me to do to prove that I should be on that list? Dude, put me on the third team, if anything. But just giving me an honorable mention? Come on, man. Chris, it's okay if you start throwing out numbers. It's okay if you start telling me why this guy made it over Reeves. But at the end of the day, Antonio Reeves should have been on this list. Period. You can't tell me otherwise, bro. You just can't. You can't tell me otherwise, man. So he should have been on that list. And Chris, I never doubted that. I never doubted that DK wasn't going to be an All-American. Heck, DK still might win the Player of the Year. He might still win a player. I'm not doubting that. I'm just saying Antonio Reeves should have been on that. And because of that, I think he's going to walk around with a chip on his shoulder, and I think he's going to play with a chip on his. He's going to play with attitude. I really believe that. But I think he's mature enough to understand. I think he's mature enough to understand that this is bigger than me. I got snubbed from the All-American, but this is bigger than me. This is about Kentucky basketball. This is about this is about doing our best to bring number 9 back to Lexington. This is what this is about. It really is, guys. So we just got to see. We really just got to see how this really works out. He got snubbed, and it's not a lot anybody can really tell me right now that can prove me otherwise. So I got some great news for you guys, man. I got our partnership up with an app group called Autograph, and this is where Kentucky fans get unreal rewards like discounted tickets, etc., $16 to the madness. The app to track and reward fans for loving what they love most, turning passion into access and experience. So let me tell you about this. Let me tell you about this app for Autograph. I got it. I wasn't really sure when they actually hit me up. They actually hit me up and asked me if I wanted to represent them. So I went and checked out the app and everything. And let me just tell you, when I opened up the app for the first time, it's called Autograph. You can get it. I got a link right here in the description of this right here, and you can actually go check it out. So the app with Kentucky, let me tell you, man, when I tell you it has an explosion of information for our Kentucky Wildcats, it's unbelievable, bro. Like it's so much information. It's so much information right here. This is the app right here. It's so much information about Kentucky. You can get feeds, you can get podcasts, you can get fan zone scores, schedules, and communities. Go check it out. I have a link in here with my code. Use code BBN fans and get it today. And I promise you, you would thank me later. So that being said, I'm ready, man. Like I'm ready to actually. What's this right here say? The All-American team is voted on to get honorable mention. You have to appear on 15 votes. He was second highest vote getter on the honorable mention. I don't care if he was second. I don't care, bro. He should have been on the what's name. I get it. He came in second, I think, to McCullough, or it was one more player who actually got like 24 or 54, whatever it was. I saw that as well, Chris, too. So, it's just one of those things. But, hey, what can we do, man? Only thing that we can do moving forward from here on out, only thing that we can do from here on out is just go and just try to win games. This is painful, but, hey, we wanted our guy to be on the list. And like, in fairness, and every other team wanted their guy to be on the list. But I just feel like as a Kentucky fan, and not even being biased, I just feel like he should have been on the list. So it's we just have to we got to get ready. Our mindsets. I sat and wonder, and I said, I wonder what's going through Kentucky's mind right now. I wonder if they feel like it's too much pressure. I feel like if they're up for the task. They came out against A&M and it looked like they was just, I don't know, looked like they probably wasn't up to par, wasn't up for it. Where's the mindset of John Calipari? Where's the mindset of the coaches? Are our guys truly going to be locked in for this ball game? Are they studying their opponents? Are they respecting their opponents? What's going on with those guys? So I think it's really going to be exciting. I think this is a great time in Kentucky basketball. I think the team that we got, that we've seen the best of this year, can get on the floor with anybody that's in the tournament right now. It just depends on how bad we want it. Can we go out and can we execute what needs to be done in this ball game to get a W? I get to watch the game. I don't have to, when I get up and watch the game, I don't have to get ready to go to work afterwards. I can just enjoy the game in peace and in nervousness. And, we just have to, we just got to be prepared for this ball game. And I'm super excited. I'm really looking. I think so. Who said that? Who said this right here? Jeremy Roberts said, and I think this is probably true, man. Reeves has gotten motivation now to prove everybody wrong. And I think he's going to do that in a mature way. I think he's going to do that in a way that allows him to still play within what's going on with the game plan for Kentucky. But I don't think he's going to get ahead of himself. But I think he's going to be productive. I think he's going to come out, and I think he's going to surpass our expectations starting against Oakland. Oakland should probably say this. Oh my goodness. They did not put Reeves on the All-American. They snubbed him. This guy's going to be ready. This guy's going to be on fire. I really believe that with all my heart. So we just got to Reeves was more important. Well, I mean, Reeves was, I'm a Kentucky fan. I'm sorry, but Reeves should have been on that list. You can't even compare Reeves with Ezra. I'm sorry, but you just can't. And I get it. I'm not even throwing shade on Ezra right now. Ezra was a good player. What does he do? What does he do for his team? He was a leader for his team. He's a baller, man. He was able to knock off Kentucky twice last year. I mean, I'm not taking away from any of these guys, man. But Ezra's not playing with a bunch of freshmen, though. That's why I'm trying to get people to understand. You got to go out and you got to play with freshmen as a senior classman, and you understand that, hey, this dude just scored points. And how often was he talked about within the media? Not a lot whatsoever. He went about his business. He took himself as a super senior. He took himself as a super senior and he lowered himself. And he allowed the freshmen to get all the accolades, all the NIL deals. You don't really hear about Reeves getting NIL deals. You don't really hear about all this right here as much as you hear about the other guys. But he went, you know what I'm saying? He just went about his business, man. And to say he don't deserve to be on it, but Chris, that's why I love you, bro, because you're always good for good conversation. Absolutely. But Kentucky's ready to do this, man. Kentucky's ready to go and win this ball game, period. And I'm sitting back and I'm ready to enjoy the what's the name. So what do you guys think? You guys think we'll win a close game, or do you guys think we'll win by 10 plus? I guess in the tournament, it don't matter if you win by 1. You still get to advance. You still get to advance regardless if you get snubbed or not. Fandy had 7,000 freshmen on the roster. I guess so. But we just, Vanderbilt and Kentucky. Kentucky and Vanderbilt. I'm sorry, but the expectations are there. Vandy didn't have a good year. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that Vandy didn't have a good year. Kentucky don't have a good year. Everybody in the nation's talking about it. What's going on? The only thing that people are talking about for Vandy is Far Stackhouse. When Kentucky's not clicking, it's the whole program is off track. It's just it means more, man. It just Kentucky and Vandy, it's apple and oranges. We can't even compare the two. We can't stop it. As a guy here tells me, when I say something funny, he'll just tell me, hey, yo, bro, stop it, bro. Just stop it. We're not hearing that. It's just two different apples. But yeah, 10 plus. Someone says we're going to win by 10 plus points. I hope so. I hope it's a game. I need a game where we can win and you're not worried about it the whole ball game. Like, we got this game. No problem whatsoever. We got this. There's no pressure going down the last 3 or 4 minutes of the ball game. We're just sitting there waiting so we could just hear the press conference afterwards or whatever. That's the kind of game that I want. I think it's a close at first, but Kentucky gets hot and pulls away and wins by double digits. I believe that too, Brandon. Absolutely. It's Kentucky's got to come ready to play, man. If we lose, it's because we beat ourselves. But I'm gonna stop with the nonsense. Let me just back up and let me just stop with the nonsense. I cannot sit here on my show and say Kentucky's making it to the second out of the first weekend and sit here and have doubt in my heart. that Kentucky's going to lose this first ball game. Cats is winning this first ball game. And while I still respect Oakland, because I respect any team out there who was able to find a way to get into the tournament, they won their conference tournament title. They was a baller. They're 23-11, I think it is. So they a 20-plus win season as well. Kentucky still got this game, man. Kentucky got this game. And I have to, UK big guy 859. I agree. Kentucky, honestly, he says, honestly, no one in this tournament can beat Kentucky, but Kentucky can beat themselves. I absolutely believe that with 100%. Texas A&M, while they had a good team and while those guys came out on fire, Kentucky beat themselves that day. But hey, I'm not here to throw shade on A&M. A&M they done what it took to win the ball game. And for me, that's enough. So congratulations, that's over with. But Kentucky's the only one that can beat Kentucky. If we see the Kentucky team that's supposed to come out and play ball, we can run. We can get out there and we can beat some teams. We can beat some teams. I want people to see Kentucky in the first game of the tournament, and I want people to say, uh-oh, don't look now, but here comes Kentucky. That's what I want to see. I want us to set the stage, set the precedence, and show everyone Kentucky's here, Kentucky's locked in, and Kentucky's ready to play basketball this year. You know? What's this right here? Stop beyond having that noise. UK does not match up with you. That's okay. That's okay. Hey, UConn don't match up with Kentucky neither. That's what makes March so freaking special, man. That's what makes it so special. The small teams, the James Madisons, those other teams, those teams, they have an opportunity. But you can't be a fan of somebody and always thinking that these guys are going to get beat. You got to have a little faith. You got to have just a little faith, man. Just a little faith. And Kentucky can get this done. Kentucky beats Kentucky. Kentucky beats Kentucky. That's how we lose ball games, man. We didn't execute. We didn't play ball against Kansas State last year. How did we lose? We didn't play Kentucky basketball, so we got beat. We beat Kentucky. You can't tell me that Kentucky doesn't have the players to win this year. You can't tell me that Kentucky doesn't have the athletes on the team that can go out there and play basketball. You can't. Show me, just show me something. If I'm wrong, just tell me. If I'm wrong, just tell me that I'm wrong, that we don't have the players to get this done, man. We got athletic players. We got a bench, man. I'm sorry, dude. We got a bench. No one expected us to go in to Tennessee and wear those guys out to where we did. Nobody in the country. Nobody wrote us in to go into Tennessee and beating them. Nobody wrote us in to beat Auburn the way we did. Dude, we got a whip out there, man. We got a team out there that can go out there and make a run. Come on, man. Stop all that, man. Stop all that, man. I'm telling you. Look, I'm not throwing shade on UConn. I'm not throwing shade on any team. I respect Oakland. I respect Oakland. Look. I'm not disrespecting any team out there. I'm not. This is March Madness. One ball bounces this way, one rebound goes this way, one loose ball doesn't get picked up. Why do you see so many half-court game winners? I'm not doubting. This is not me doubting any team in the tournament. This is me just knowing that the Kentucky Wildcats that's in Lexington, Kentucky, has the team and has the players that they have the ability that they can go out, and if they play the ball that they actually are known to play, they can beat any team in this country. I'm telling you, that's my point. It's not about that anybody else in the tournament is bad. This is about that Kentucky has the pieces in places. We have the bench. Come on, guys. We got the SEC 6 Man of the Year. Dude, we got the freshman college basketball freshman of the year. Dude, we're balling, okay? We're balling, man. We got a guy who got snubbed as All-American. Come on, man. We got that team, man. Come on. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Kentucky's not out of this shit. I would never disrespect another team. I got to do My cousin is a diehard Duke fan, a diehard Duke fan. And even when Duke lose a ball game, he would text me and tell me Kentucky sucks. I would never text him and tell him Duke sucks too. You want to know why? Because I'm humble. And until UK does something that matters this year, I can't sit back and talk too much. I got to take it. It's a game process. I got to say one game at a time. Let's go win this game, and then we move on. It's as simple as that. It does not change. It does not change the level of it. We got to stay consistent. We got to get this first win. We got to get this monkey off our back. This is a one-game series. Vanderbilt doesn't know anything about this right now. I'm just saying, Kentucky has the players in place to win the ball game. Kentucky has the pieces in place that they can go out there and compete with every single team. Just is. The few people that has picked Kentucky to go to the Final Four, outside of being Kentucky fans, the few people who have picked Kentucky to go to the Final Four, the few people who outside of Kentucky that has picked Kentucky to have a great opportunity to cut down nets. Are you telling me that those guys just don't have a clue of what they're talking about? Because otherwise we could just turn off our TVs, we could just turn off our computers, we could just turn off social media, and we ain't got to listen to nobody. That's why they tip the ball. That's why they play 40 minutes. That's why they play the game, to see who the better man is on this particular day. It doesn't matter what you've been doing all year long. It don't matter the players that you have. It's about why we play the game. And I think when we get on the floor, if Kentucky shows up with the right team, with the right attitude, Kentucky can contend with anybody that's in this tournament this year, period. That's what I'm saying right there. You can't prove me wrong. I'm sorry. That's it. And if Kentucky can just bring, as they said, if Kentucky can just bring average defense, just average, what's the possibilities? What can we do? What can happen? Anything is possible when you get on the basketball field and play ball. Anything can happen. It happens all the time. It's a 12 is probably gonna upset a 5 this year. Oh, does that mean that the 12 is better? That the 12 is ultimately better than the 5? No, that doesn't necessarily mean that. If the 12 plays the 5 10 times, they probably only win one time. That's my point. It's anybody's game, man. But I feel happy. I feel happy about the team that I have. I feel confident that if the real Kentucky Wildcats show up, they can be whoever they want to be, man. I'm ready, man. Come on, man. And look, on paper, UConn may be better. On paper, Marquette may be better. On paper, Creighton may be better. It's really up to whatever it is that you think, that you believe. And in my heart, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Somebody called me crazy, bro, but I'm riding with my Cats all day. Period, man. We just got to be locked in, man. We just got to be ready to go. And if we do that, watch out. NCAA tournament, Kentucky's going to make a run. And that's why I'm sticking. That's why I'm sticking that Kentucky will make it past the first weekend. We got to, man. And I think our guys are ready to go for this. And I think our guys understand. And as hard as it was to lose in the first game of the SEC tournament, I think that grounded us. Got a little big, got a little happy. Just went into Tennessee and knocked them off. We on top of the world. We just beat the SEC regular season champs in their house on their floor. We just got revenge. We just played big boy ball against them. Serious. DK got his, but nobody else got theirs. We stuck to the game plan, and we got out of Tennessee with a win. So now we got beat by Texas A&M. We got grounded. We got relocked in, and we're ready. We're laser sharp now, and we're focused. And I look for those guys to come out. I look for those guys to come out ready to play ball, man. For real. If we don't beat Oakland by 20 points, In the tournament, man, teams, I would do. Trust me, I hope we beat Oakland by 20 points. I do, but you better tell that to UConn. You better tell that to Alabama. Tennessee. You better tell that to Arizona. If those guys don't beat their first round teams by 20 points, does that make them? You better watch out. You better watch out. You better not. You better watch out. You better not pout. These teams are in trouble. They got serious problems. No, man. March Madness just causes teams to play better than their average at times. So, it is what it is. But I appreciate it. Chris, I love you, bro. You my dude, man, and I appreciate it. So, yeah, thank you guys once again. I just wanted to come on because I felt offended on behalf of Antonio Reeves that he got snubbed. I really do. That's a shame. Also, please don't forget to, in the link in this podcast or this show right here, do not forget to download the Autograph app with the link. Use the code BBN fans. I'm telling you. It has so much on it. I've been using 3 or 4 different apps to keep up with Kentucky stuff. And I still check those apps out once in a while. Absolutely. But everything, my podcast that I listen to for Kentucky, all that stuff is in one location. It's right here in the Autograph. I'm telling you, go download the app, Autograph. The link's in the what's the name. Use my code BBN fans and let's all support this. I'm so honored that those guys actually allow me to be a part of them. So please, Autograph app, the link down below. Use my code BBN fans and let's go Cats. And let's roll, baby. Let's go Cats. Thank you guys. I'm out. I'm Mike, and this has been the Loyal BBN